It's good. You know, we got through it, got a lot of reps, a lot of teaching, but, you know, I thought all in all, you know, it was pretty good.
It's early. Obviously, people at this point, are you looking at people at different positions?
No.
I saw Moses Reynolds was getting a look at receiver maybe.
No, he's moved to receiver. So he's moved there full time. And, you know, we've got a lot of guys at safety right now. You know, Larry Pryor played a lot for us last year with Armani. You know, Donovan's the moving piece at nickel. We got some younger guys that actually, you know, that we've recruited to be here in the fall, and some guys who are out there right now. So, you know, Moses just wants to get on the field, and he's a natural ball catcher, which you saw today. He's a great athlete, and so, you know, he's moved over there permanently right now just to see what. I guess there's no such thing as permanently right now, but he's moved over there. So we got guys over there on defense in the secondary. You know, we got by the fall I think we'll be at 16 DBs. So you know, I think he saw those guys and said I want to try to get on the field basically. So it was pretty good today for a guy that's been over there for like the last couple of weeks.
Quaylen and Jarrett have gotten plenty of playing time. How do you feel about your defensive ends moving forward? Obviously, there's two really good ones to the NFL.
Yeah, well, you know, in any program, you know, you could not lose guys, and then you'd be worried about. You don't have to worry about who's coming next. So, you know, you lost two guys, probably the first pick of the draft, to say, well, what are we going to do now? That's the way football is, you know, in college. So we've got, you know, two guys. One guy was, third on the team in sacks last year? Something like that, 4.5 sacks, and he barely played. And Jarrett, so he's got some talent. Quaylen's played a lot of football here. You know, we signed one of the top junior college defensive ends in the country. You know, Michael was going to get every chance to get in here in the summer and show what he can do. And, you know, I was really happy with our D-line class this year as far as what we wanted to do is increase our profile size-wise with a bunch of 6'5", 6'6" guys that look more like Kiki than the guys that we've been able to recruit. And we were pretty selective with that this year. You know, we passed on a couple guys that were maybe not what we were looking for our profile for the SEC. And, you know, we were able to really get 2 or 3 guys that of that 6'5", 6'6" range. They're going to, you know, they're bigger guys that can help us. So, you know, the guys who are here right now, you know, they've played football for us. They're experienced, and they've been waiting their turn. That's what college football is about.
Obviously day one, but how are guys like Kellen Mond and Connor Bowman, like, at least getting the flow of things, the hang of things? Yeah, you know, it's day one. They've been here 7 weeks, so first practice. You know, how are they in the quarterback room?
They're all right.
There?
Oh yeah. What do you think they're fighting?
I don't know. You tell us.
I guess around here, all the quarterbacks fight. Nah, I mean, these guys are happy to be here, and they're doing great. You know, Jake's been great. You know, you got a bunch of guys in there that are competing and are communicating, including the walk-on guys. So we got plenty of arms out there. You know, obviously, you know, Connor being here early, you know, coming off the injury last year, he's way ahead of schedule. Anybody who's out there today saw why. You know, he's an Elite 11 quarterback that is a heck of an athlete. You know, we had to pull him out of there. He wants to keep going. But, you know, it's day one, and we got no pads on, and, you know, we got 14 more practices to go.
We're going to talk to your new strength guy tomorrow, but you can say assess where
he's at. Happy about that?
Yes, sir.
See how quickly I got him out?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you assess what he's done so far? Maybe talk about some of those changes.
You know, you know, in the off season, it's been good. I think it's a little bit of a radical change from what we were doing. You know, from both standpoints, strength and conditioning. So, you know, it remains to be seen. You know, we went through a transitional week, really this week, and a little bit of last week, our lifting and running, the more football skill specific stuff than the just mental grind of the run. But it's like anything else, those types of things. It takes a little while to see what the effect is. But we're pleased with where we are right now with the changes. I think the players have responded well.
Think about the personnel at offensive tackle and what you're going to be looking to see from those guys in the next, like I said, I guess.
Well, we got some guys hurt. Some guys coming off of surgeries. Obviously, Coda. You look at where we were last year when we only had 2 starters last year. You look at the line now, you got 4 starters back if you count Coda, and you count our guards, and you count our center. So, from where we were last year to where we are right now, you got 4 guys coming back who've played significant amount of football. So with Keaton and Prater and Eric and Coda, you're only looking at one real spot to really fill from an experience standpoint, and we've got guys who played tackle in games here. So, as opposed to this time last year, we got more experience than we had last year. Maybe not as much age, but Jermaine Illuminor hadn't played a lot of football last year, and really Avery was the only guy that had. So it's kind of flipped in the offensive line from an experience standpoint, and so those guys I know what they're doing, and we've got some interchangeable parts internally. With Prater having surgery and missing the bowl game, so he's still recovering, which has given us a chance to really work some guys around in our offensive line, just like we have before. Jimmy's done a great job of moving guys and mixing and matching and trying to figure out where guys fit. That's where, early in the year moving Illuminor out to tackle helped our team and really helped, his career too right now based on the phone calls I'm getting. So we're a long ways away from settling on who those 5 guys are, and it'll probably be in the fall. And that's not a bad thing. I think, we've got a lot of pieces and we have more pieces that have played this year than we did at this time last year.
Kevin, how far along is Justin Dunning in his rehab, and what do you think he could do at linebacker?
I don't know. He's going through individual drills right now. He's gone through the whole off-season conditioning, and there's no question that the kid wants to play. I gave him the option. I said, hey, listen, I brought him in and just said, listen, I'm with you either way. The things that you've been through, if you want to play, we're here for you, and if you don't, that doesn't make you any less of a man, right? You take some time. You don't need to give me an answer today. It's about a month after surgery, and you take your time, go somewhere, you think about it. And he came back, and he started hanging around and worked during towards the end of last season, and I saw him over there walking around with the linebackers around the chief one day, and then I said, what are you doing? He was in his street clothes, and he said, I think I want to play. And he made the decision to move a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, and so we've taken it kind of slowly with him. I think, he's going through individual. He's not going to be any of the team stuff this spring, just so he can get used to that position, and so we'll see. We'll see where it goes. It's a decision that he's made. We support him with it, and if he can, come along and do that, there's no doubt he's got the tools, he's got the body, he's got everything. And if he can, as an edge guy, if we can get it all together, and we got time, between now, summer, and get a feel for the position and really fall camp. If he's really a bonus at this point if we can create a situation where he can help us on the edge.
A couple more.
You talked about 7 weeks of working out, weights, and then kind of getting into some football. How excited were they to actually get on a football field and do that kind of thing?
It's been good. We've done some things transitionally, like I said, in the last couple of weeks that have really, as the coaches have gotten back, we have really been more involved in the running workouts and in some of the stations. So, the actual get in a huddle today, and some guys most of them are really happy. A lot of enthusiasm today. Great, guys are in the meetings early. It's a little bit different because now, we're in the middle of spring football, and there's a sense of urgency for guys to win some jobs. And like I said yesterday, you've got a lot of guys here on this right now. This is the majority of the team. These are guys that there might be 6 or 7 guys that are really going to help us maybe in the fall, but we got as big a roster right now in the spring as we've ever had. And because of that, that's why this spring becomes important, because these are the guys that are really going to, the guys that we're going to count on to win games.
One more. Is Miles costing you a trip to Philly?
I don't know if he's going to cost me a trip to Philly. I think they still want me to come, even if he doesn't go. So.
You're going to go out there and hug those guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't go out there, and I don't think Roger's going to bring me out stage and hug me or put on a hat. So, but television, the exposure for our university, whenever that is, and this, I've gone up there every year I've been here, and it's been whether it's whatever network it is, it's exposure for us, and it's exposure for, as we say, hashtag who's next, and it'd be nice to keep the streak alive, and so from just not just tradition, but maybe I just need to go, so maybe we can go back again next year.
What do you think of him staying at home?
That's his choice, and I see both sides. I think he's as we've all known, he said 3 years ago he beats to a different drum. What a lot of people think is important, a lot of people think is great. He's not big on that, and but there's another side to it, and I think. What he's going to see is there's a business side to it, and there might be some other pressure that's coming that maybe that I don't think he's going to anticipate as we get closer. But we'll see. Everybody needs to respect his opinion, his decision, and whatever happens, after that day. Whoever he goes or whoever he gets him is going to get a great young man, a great player, whether he goes to Philly or not.
All right.